Hello guys, my name is Jamie. A lot of you I've talked to you on the phone. All my dog lovers, I've talked to you guys on the phone. Haven't met you guys personally. I wanted to come on here, and this is Leia, my Yorkie. I have two Yorkies. But anyways, I wanted to come on here and do an educational based video. We do a ton of classes in the Riverside area, and I know a lot of you don't live in the Riverside area, and you guys have busy lives of just doing trials and agility stuff, or I know so many dog people in my community that do all different kinds of dog shows or grooming or breeding, and sometimes it's hard to get to different education classes with all your puppies at home, which are your children. So I just thought I've been getting a ton of requests about more information on how to use oils for dogs. So I just thought I wanted to do a quick series. I'll do a couple of them to kind of touch on different topics. But today I wanted to do just a general overview of just a few things that you guys could use your oils for. Like we want you guys to use the oils that you actually have. And I'm going to be recommending, not a ton, but I'm going to be recommending, and a lot of them you probably already have in your collection when you first got started or have added to it. So I just thought I would do a general touch on a lot of the stuff that they talked about in convention. I do have to say my favorite veterinarian, she's a holistic veterinarian. I know I've told a lot of you about her. Her name is Dr. Janet Rourke. She is a holistic veterinarian based out of Texas. She came and spoke about all the safe ways to use essential oils, specifically doTERRA oils, on your pets, and how she incorporates them in her office. There is a ton of holistic veterinarians in Southern California that actually use doTERRA essential oils. So if you are interested in finding out more about that, I can get you some more information. On doTERRA's website, they actually have a bunch of holistic vets all throughout the United States that they work with specifically to gain information about using oils on dogs, and also to just spread the love. My dogs are barking. Trash can's going by. Trash truck. Anyways, but if you want more information, I can definitely get you that information. So a lot of the stuff that I'm grabbing from my recipes and stuff are actually from Dr. Janet Rourke. A lot of it is from that, and a lot of it is from just other information that I've gotten from my books and stuff like that. So first things first, you guys have your oils and you're all set and ready to go. How to use them on dogs. Really, they're kind of the same as people. You can diffuse it. That actually is the quickest and best way to just kind of change the whole mood effect of your room, is just by diffusing it. Just make sure when you're diffusing around dogs that they have a place to go. If they don't like that smell, that they're not like trapped in a cage, or it's set farther back from their crate. If they are in their crate, it's not directly over their crate, especially if they don't like that particular essential oil. But that is the quickest way. You don't even have to apply it. You could just start diffusing it in the room. Applying it topically. So I brought my dog here to kind of show you how to apply it topically. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. You can just use the essential oil. So you can just take the bottle, you can drop it out into your hand. I always say anytime you're applying topically to always dilute. I know that some people don't, and if they have larger dogs, but they can't speak to us, so I always dilute because you just never know. It doesn't diminish the effectiveness of the oil. It just makes it a little bit safer for them, and they might not feel that burning sensation of peppermint or any other hot oils. So you can just take from the bottle a couple drops into your hand. Then you would put a couple drops of fractionated coconut oil or a carrier oil, and you can just swipe up on their ears right here. Now, see how right here on the tips of their ears? Now, if they have floppy ears that go into their eyes, you're not going to want to apply it on the tips of their ears because it could flop in their eyes. So I just take it, I do a quick swap watching the eyes. It's hard when I'm holding her. You can also put it on behind the ears. So right here is a great spot behind her ears. You can do down the spine. So you would just take your hand, wipe it down the spine. If they have long hair, that's a little bit hard. And you could just do it on the bottoms of the paws. I know their paws are nice and tough, but they do have openings in the pads of their feet, and you could just put that oil down there. She's getting mad because she's like, what are you doing? Okay, another easy way to apply is just to make it already to go in a roller. So whether that's, just to let you guys know, there are a ton of essential oils that doTERRA sells already diluted and ready to go in a roller form. So for instance, this is Breathe. It's already diluted, ready to go, and it'd be a perfect solution for your pets. If not, you can buy them empty and make your own. It depends on your personality. Some people want to dig in and do all the, okay, I'm just have to do it one more time. I'm going to dig in and do all the DIYs, and some people are just like, give it to me already made. So decipher what personality you have, and you'll be able to determine which way you want to do. Okay, so this is already, this is diluted, and you can just take it, super simple, and you would just rub it on the tips of their ears. Right? Or behind their ears. She has shaved skin right now, or shaved hair, so it kind of works perfect. Or roll it down their spine. So that is a simple and easy, effective way to take it. Okay, you're done. Done demonstrating. A simple and effective, easy way to bring it with you on the go whenever you are out and about. She's shaken. It really only had fractionated coconut oil in it. Anyways, so that is a safe and effective way. Another way to apply, and it's actually one of my favorites, is to make little spray bottles. They have smaller ones, they have bigger ones, they have the big honkin' ones if you have larger dogs. But this is really easy because sometimes, doesn't matter what it is, dogs just don't like you touching them, putting stuff on them. They have, their sense of smell is so much greater than ours that they may not like you actually applying oils to them. That might not be a good experience for them. So for me, that specific dog is one of them. My other dog loves it. But I just like to make sprays like this, spray their bedding, spray the car, spray it into the air around them. They can smell a lot stronger than we can. So those are simple tricks, just to spray anything around them. That way you're not actually even you can even apply it to them or spray it to them, the backs of their skin if you'd like. It's just kind of like their walking diffuser, right? If you spray it on them. And then another way is taking things internally. There are tons of essential oils that are very, very effective for pain. That's a great example. I know dogs sometimes eat things that they're not supposed to, so digestive health, they can definitely take a lot of things internally. It's a great way to get the oil inside of them. It's plant-based medicine, so you don't have to worry about side effects. You don't have to worry about going to the vet. You don't have to worry about pumping them full of things that could hurt their insides. So anyways, so those are the basic ways to use and apply, and I know I've gone over a lot, but I just like to do a reminder. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few recipes today. We just kind of want to keep a general overview, and then as the time goes on, as the weeks go on, I'll do more specific based videos. So the first one, itchy skin. All dogs get itchy skin. Some dogs get hot spots more easily than others. So for itchy skin and hot spots, I like to apply lavender, Roman chamomile, frankincense, juniper berry, and geranium. Now, you can apply all of them, or you can pick one and start with one. It really just depends on your dog, and it depends on the severity of it. So sometimes if you just have lavender, just using lavender and frankincense, you can mix them, you can match them, you can build your collection. Each are great for skin, and they have different uses. So my suggestion would be, if you have lavender, start with lavender. If it's not cutting it where it's stopping the hot spot, then add your frankincense. Then if you need more, you can add Roman chamomile, things like that. Those are the suggested for hot spots. So making a spray is perfect. You can spray right onto the hot spot. You can, when you make this spray, you would just put about 30 drops of whatever oils you're mixing. So you can mix and match those. For this size, 30 drops. Then I would do maybe a pump of fractionated coconut oil because that's diluting the oils, and then fill the rest with water. You can spray it right onto them, or you can just apply the oil exactly like we talked about it. 1 drop, a little squirt of fractionated coconut oil, and put it right on the hot spot. It's really dependent on how you want to do it. Okay, pain. Pain is such a broad topic, but I will talk about a few that work really, really well for just general pain. You know, when dogs are active, sometimes they step wrong, sometimes they tweak their leg wrong, and it's not necessarily something that they need to maybe go to the vet for. It's just kind of they need to like rest and they'll recover. So there's definite oils that you can use internally and topically to kind of speed that process along. So the first one that comes to mind, frankincense. If you hadn't noticed, frankincense will probably be on every single one of these recipe things because it's so universal. It's the king of all the oils, and you could pretty much use it for anything. So frankincense. Frankincense internally when they're suffering from injuries, pain. Why? Because it reduces inflammation. Next one, copaiba. Copaiba, if you haven't heard me talk about it, it's kind of our equivalent to what a CBD oil would do. But the beauty of copaiba, it's actually from a tree. It's not from the CBD plant. So you don't have to worry about the THC in the product. I know a lot of companies say that there's no THC in any of their CBD products. Kind of the general overview of what you kind of have to think about that is that testing. So if there is no THC, then great, then show me that there's no THC. And a lot of those companies can't provide that just because it costs a lot of money to actually do the programs that provide that. And that goes to what else is in the CBD oil. Is it 100% CBD, or is there other additives, fillers, and things like that? Another thing about CBD that I've learned that it is effective. CBD oil is effective. And we've even heard that from our doctors from doTERRA that it is effective. But what they were telling us and informing us is that over time your body gets used to it. So you may have noticed that you have to up your dose over time, and the same thing can happen to dogs. So your body gets used to it, you have to up your dose, and dosing is very, very tricky when it comes to copaiba, getting that safe dose for you so that your body doesn't keep getting used to it. But you don't have to worry about that with copaiba. Copaiba comes from a tree. And it actually has 40% when you break down the chemicals of both CBD and, I should say, if you break down the chemical components of CBD oil, it is also in copaiba oil. And in copaiba oil, it has 40% more of those calming effects that you're looking for in CBD oil. So copaiba can be very effective for pain and, calming, so anxiety. So the first thing I think of is pain, though, and pain and sometimes anxiousness go along, right, hand in hand. So copaiba is amazing for pain and anxiety. Frankincense, obviously. Now, frankincense and copaiba for myself, if I feel a headache coming on, if I have some sort of pain, those are what I go to as Advil. I combine them together in a veggie capsule and I take them internally. You can also just drop it into the roof of your mouth or onto your tongue just like this. But it's what I use for Advil, and you can take every 15 minutes until the symptoms subside. Sometimes I only need 1 dose, sometimes I might need 2. For dogs, the recommended dosage is if it's for a little dog, it's 1 drop. If it's for a larger dog, it's 2 drops. And you can do... or you can do like along the gum line. So I would just do 1 drop and I just rub it along their gums, especially for pain. They're getting it into their bloodstream the quickest. And then topically, you can do frankincense, copaiba, marjoram, and I like Aromatouch as well. It's in most of the kits that a lot of my dog people get started with. It's a great essential oil. That's all things calming. It has marjoram in it. It has lavender. I'm not sure if it has frankincense, but it has the marjoram and the lavender in it. So it's super calming and soothing to those muscles. Some other things that you can think of to take internally if this is more of a chronic issue. doTERRA has actually, you know, it's funny because their number one selling product in the whole entire company is actually not an essential oil. It's actually their vitamin supplements. It's called Lifelong Vitality. It is their number one selling product for a reason. It's great because it comes in a 3-pack, so it's a multivitamin. It has your multivitamin, whole food based. It has your omegas 3, 6, 9 and flaxseed, and it has what the real beauty of it is, and what you can use for dogs is what we call alpha CRS. Alpha CRS is for all things inflammatory. So if they have a chronic issue, you can give them alpha CRS. You can. It has things like turmeric. It has milk thistle. It has a bunch of anti-inflammation properties in it to help your body not feel any aches and pains. So that is 100% safe to give to dogs. And also, too, they have another supplement called Deep Blue Essential Oil that cannot be used on dogs. It has wintergreen in it, so you can use it on yourself for pain, but it cannot be used on dogs. But they reformulated it, and for humans, too, you can't take it internally, but they reformulated the oil, and they put it in a pill version that you can take internally. So this is great for that chronic pain alongside the Lifelong Vitality. It has things like frankincense and stuff in there as well. So once again, assess your personality. If you are the type of person to dig in, to mix oils, research about them, then great. Mix your oils, make little, pills for them to swallow with a lot of these oils. If not, you can buy them already made, like I said, in the Lifelong Vitality or the Deep Blue pills. It already has the frankincense in them, and they're completely safe for dogs according to all of our veterinarians on the doTERRA staff. So that is a great way to tackle pain. Next one, anxiety. So anxiety is anxious feelings. Anytime we think about anxious feelings or anxiety, that looks different for everybody, and it can also look different for dogs as well. So I like to give a mixture of essential oils, and it really is a trial and error anytime it comes to anxiety. For ourselves as well. We gravitate towards certain things, and some people might gravitate toward this, and some people might gravitate towards that. So the first thing that comes to mind is always start with lavender, because it really is the basis for all calming oils. Lavender is the most common. Sometimes people use it and they see great results, and some people, and the same thing goes for dogs. So the example that I use, I have 3 children. And one of them, my oldest daughter, she is just calm by nature. It's not saying that she doesn't have anxious feelings, but when she goes to bed at night, she can diffuse lavender and breathe, or whatever her combination is, but it's really only lavender, and it's so calming to her, and she falls right asleep. Well, my middle son, he is just a spitfire. He has a lot more energy. He his just level of being runs a lot higher than my first daughter. So the same thing goes for dogs as well. But he needs lavender, but a lot of different things to help him wind down and help him calm down. So really determining what works for your dog is going to be trial and error. And remember, if there's anything that you buy from the company that you're not satisfied with, or you don't feel that you're going to use because nobody liked it, I didn't like the smell, I couldn't stand it, things like that, you just call them up and they will give you something different to try. Or they'll give you your money back. So and they don't just say that, they actually stand by their word, because I've had this happen to some of my customers before. Okay, so anxiety, always start with lavender. Next one, Copaiba. Copaiba is amazing for anxiety. Next one, Balance. My favorite, it has a bunch of different essential oils, but It doesn't make you necessarily feel calm and sleepy. Sometimes it just needs to make you feel like the overwhelm gets taken away, right? The next one is vetiver. So I'm actually going to use my book. I have tons of research books that I have that you can look up per oil. You can look up different recipes and things like that. But I love vetiver because it's very, very calming. I would say it's probably one of the most calming oils that we have that doTERRA sells. It is probably one of the highest common, but when you actually look at the uses for vetiver, it's the first use, it says, for ADD, ADHD, focus, and concentration. So sometimes with dogs, they don't necessarily need to calm down. They're just overexcited. So they just need to, before they do a run or before they go out into whatever you're taking them to, whether it's an airplane ride or whether it's just traveling in the car, sometimes they don't actually need to calm down. You want to keep that excitement in them, but you just want them to be able to focus and concentrate and not let their excitement cloud what they're trying to accomplish. And vetiver would be an amazing oil for that. Like I said, the first uses is ADD, focus, and concentration. So I'm not saying that your dog has ADD, but I'm just saying that is one of the top uses. It also says it's for poor retention and learning difficulties. So this is just one that, like I said, it just helps you have that emotional balance, but help you to focus in and zero in on what you're trying to accomplish. Next one is Serenity. That one's just the heightened version of lavender. So those are my favorites for all things anxiety. So you can mix and match. Also, too, citrus oils. Citrus oils are amazing. They smell good. They're light. They're not necessarily all things calming, but dogs like them because they're not so strong. So really see what your dog likes and see what you can combine to help them the most. All right, so we're almost done. I kind of want to make these short. So the next thing is digestive health. So if your dogs are anything like mine, who have eating disorders and they eat whatever they can find, whether it's in the trash can, whether it's outside and they're throwing up, or they have tummy issues, the things that you could use is Digest Zen. You would apply it right to their stomach. Copaiba, you can take both of those internally as well and on the outside of their stomach. And what we call is the Tamer blend is actually the kids' line of for digestive health. So the kids blends, you may have seen them or heard of them. The kids blends are kind of amazing because, like I said, if your personality is you just want to go to that's quick and diluted, they come in little rollers just like the one I showed you earlier, and they're a little bit calmer than some of just taking Digest Zen. So it has a lot of the same oils as Digest Zen, like ginger and spearmint and wild orange, but it's not necessarily as strong as Digest Zen. So they're super great for dogs because, like I said, they're diluted and they're not as strong. So that is a great tool for dogs. Also, FYI, the whole kids kit is super fun because it comes with backpack clips. So you could they go right on top of the cap on the oils so that you can put them on your backpack. So for you guys traveling or going to trials or anything like that, it's a great, easy, convenient way to just stick them on your backpack. So, okay, so that was for digestive health. Respiratory health, I get this question a lot. Breathe essential oil actually has melaleuca in it, which is also known as tea tree. We cannot use tea tree on dogs. They cannot digest tea tree oil. So we want to be careful with that breathe essential oil. Maybe that's something that they can, that you can diffuse into a room away from their crates. I diffuse it all the time around my dogs. We use it on a daily basis for my daughter who has allergies. So it's something that we diffuse with dogs. We don't necessarily apply to their skin. If you have breathe, you can definitely diffuse it. But if you want to apply it to their skin, whether they're older dogs and they're having difficulty breathing, or just in general for any respiratory issues, kennel cough if they get kennel cough, things like that. You can use cardamom, which is actually in Breathe. Copaiba is great for all things calming. So if it's their chest that's spasming a little bit when they have that kennel cough, you can apply the copaiba right to their chest to help calm that down. And then peppermint, you want to dilute peppermint. It's a hot oil. So those are great for clearing those airways or putting it right behind the ears as well. Okay, so wounds, all dogs can get wounds. Myrrh is probably the #1 skin essential oil that you can use on dogs. Melaleuca is what normally us humans use. Melaleuca we call the neosporin of the essential oils. However, you cannot use that on dogs like I stated. So the next one for dogs would be myrrh. And you can use it for so many different things for dogs. So just opening up my book and looking the benefits of myrrh, it says gum disease, which a lot of dogs have. You can apply directly to the gums to soothe. Digestive upset, eczema and wounds. So that's great. Infection and virus. Congestion and mucus, and depression and anxiety. So there's a lot of uses that you can get by buying a bottle of myrrh for your dog. It's pretty much safe for a lot of those issues. So that's why it's the #1 oil recommended for wounds. Myrrh and frankincense, copaiba, and lavender. So that was kind of a general overview on a bunch of different recipes for you guys. I hope you find it super helpful. You guys all have, if you are getting this education video, it's because you have all gotten started using oils, and I am your educator. So you all have your own accounts now. So if any of these oils stuck out to you that you would like to purchase, you just have to go onto your account that you now have, and you log in. There's 2 different ways to order. You can do a standard order, which is pretty much add items to your cart, checkout, and you're done. And we also have what we call the Loyalty Rewards Program, which is kind of amazing because it lets you buy oils monthly. It is set up like a monthly order. You can cancel at any time, but it's a great way to start building your collection. So when we look at the dog list, right, most of you got this when you started using oils with me, but when you start looking at all these are not something maybe that you deal with on an every single day basis, but it's almost like building your medicine cabinet. So when things like this do happen, when they do get a wound, when they do have respiratory issues or skin issues or ear issues or like all the different things that are on here, it's a great way to build your collection slowly or to rebuy the ones that you're using all the time. I really want you to just use the ones you have. Start using the ones you have and start using them on an everyday basis. But if you do want to build your collection, this is really great because you start off earning 10% back on everything that you buy. And then at the end of the year, you get 30% back on everything that you're buying. And you don't have to just buy oils with it. You can buy, like I mentioned, those Lifelong Vitality pills for the dogs, the Deep Blue pills for the dogs. You can also get household cleaners and things like that are safe. All of these products are very safe for your dog and for yourself, right? But we're talking about dogs. Yeah, so you start off saving 10% back. At the end, you get 30% back on everything that you're buying. And you get all your shipping money back, and you get it back in what we call points that you accumulate. And if it says you have 200 points, it means you have $200 to spend on products that you want. I like to save my points for more expensive oils like frankincense or myrrh. Those are a little bit pricier than maybe your wild orange or lemon, but I like to save my points so that I can purchase those when I need them and I get them for free. For anybody that starts using their oils every single month and is on the Loyalty Rewards Program, I don't like you just having oils that sit on your counter and you don't know what to use for them. So every single person that does get on LRP, you get this Essential Basics book from me as a gift to you so that every single month you will know how to use the oils that you're getting. If you sign up for the Loyalty Rewards Program, you do not have to spend a specified amount. It doesn't have to be $50, $100. All it has to be is $1. $1 a month to be a part of this amazing program and to start building your collection slowly. That's what it's for, so that you can like I said, start building it slowly. They do have different promotions and stuff for different dollar points and amounts and things like that, and they'll show it on the website if you're interested in those things, where you can get some free oils. But if not, the amount is $1 to spend every month. And like I said, you can cancel it whenever you need. They have amazing products that you can get for free every month. So just like I said, you can check the top of the page and they'll let you know those promotions. But anyways, so those are the 2 ways to buy, if any of those stuck out to you where you would like to purchase any of those. One more thing before I go is that there's a few products that doTERRA sells that contain xylitol in them, and we know that xylitol is toxic to dogs. So I just wanted to let you guys know ahead of time so that you don't try to use them, as it could be hurtful to your dogs. It's the On Guard toothpaste, the On Guard mouthwash, both peppermint beadlets and On Guard beadlets, and the Digest Zen chewable tablets. There's like these little tablets. They look like Tums tablets. Those cannot be given to dogs. The oil, however, can, just not the tablets because they contain xylitol. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. I hope that you enjoy this video and you start using the oils that you currently have, or you learned some few other ones that you would maybe like to try out for your dogs. Of course, if you need any help, please feel free to reach out. And I always send samples to any of my customers if you want to try an oil before you buy it, if you want to smell it, touch it, put it on your skin, things like that. I always send any of those oils your way before you buy. So just let me know. All right, hope you guys have a good rest of your day.